first video presentation I talked about the nature of or the metaphor of the U, the idea that we're trying to explore ways of helping us all to kind of move down into the belly of that U to bring greater diversity to play by appreciating the differences that exist in a system, and not just scooting across the top of the U, as I put it, from A to B, kind of imposing a solution on that whole system, but delving down into the depths of that system. So that's where we went last time. This time I'd like to kind of say a little bit more about that, but using a bit of a model I've developed to reflect on that, and then looking a bit further on at some of the implications of that for systems for the future. Throughout history, or particularly for around about 5,000 years, which is roughly what historians conclude is the sort of time frame in which we've had power over or hierarchical or mechanical systems of or ways of controlling human behaviour, there's equally been development of or what I might call good philosophies or good religions or good spiritualities and good change theories that that have attempted to kind of show that whilst those hierarchical models are going straight across the top of the U, are working A to B, are working mechanically to impose solutions, good philosophy, religion and so on follows roughly the path of that U. It's always talking about that getting down deeper into the nature of what's going on in the system and appreciating that before making decisions. Some time back, when I was writing a paper about various philosophies and models and ideas that can be, if you like, brought together using the U model, I at the same time was doing a session with a group of people using the Herman Brain dominance instrument, which is an instrument that tries to create a greater degree of inclusion of diversity in the room by getting people to think about their thinking styles. And thinking styles that HBDI use, there are 4 types. By the way, I'm not an expert in HBDI to any greater extent than anyone else who's done a 2-day session on it is an expert, but I think I can kind of relate it to the U in a useful way. The thinking styles, or the 4 quadrants of thinking styles in HBDI, are the analytical thinking, give me some measurements so I can see what the problem is. The activist thinking, that is, get me some way of getting things together so I can take some action about the problem. The holistic or strategic thinking paradigm or quadrant, which is let me see the whole system so I can start to understand what's going on here. And the relational thinking approach, which is let me understand the players, let me get to know the players before I make any decisions. And in HBDI, each of those different quadrants are given colours. So analytical is blue, activist is green, the strategic or holistic is yellow, and the relational is red. What I did after sitting in the room listening to the way that HBDI works is that I pulled those together or shifted the standard model offered by the HDI people so that I could kind of fit it around the U path and show that at the top of the U, that skirting across the top kind of idea, are the blue and the green orientations. The analytic, tell me what the problem is, give me the numbers, and then the green, the activist. Let's fix it. Give me the figures and then let's fix it. At the bottom of the U, using this model, sit the yellow and the red figures. That is, give me some sense of the whole system and give me some sense of who I'm relating to here. Now, what was interesting when we were doing this session with these people was that one of the participants said, but modern, contemporary, Western business seems to be built around the blue-green paradigm. And the facilitator, and I'm not saying that she was right here, but it was interesting that she said it, she said, well, that tends to be because Western males tend to operate with a blue paradigm or a green paradigm, activist and analytical. And because of that, we basically identify that as the best way to actually set up businesses. Now, whether that was true or not, it got me thinking, and it got me thinking that in a lot of Western business, even where we attempt to kind of go down, so to speak, into the belly of that you, get down into some of that relational and strategic kind of holistic thinking, that we've still got our eye on the prize, which we think is sitting up at the top there, which we think is going back to actually do something in relation to the information that we've got. So my provocative proposition for this little video would probably be that we are a long way from being able to claim that we've got that depth that comes with the real metaphor of the you. In the next video I want to say a little bit about what are some of the implications of that and what might we be doing about it.